Welcome back, everybody, to the Albuquerque Vipers franchise on Madden 07. With one quarter left of the season, we're going to be taking a look around the league, starting with the standings in the AFC North. The Browns look like they're going to win the division again. They are 9-3. Everyone else there has a losing record. Houston is fighting for a first-round bye at 10-2. Indianapolis trying to get a wild card spot, it looks like currently, although they could still win the division. Jags and Titans both 5-7. The Jets are currently the AFC's best team at 11-1, New England 9-3, and then the 7-5 Buffalo Bills. We could see 3 playoff teams from the AFC East. In the West, Denver is trying to win their first division title in this entire series. Kansas City's right behind them with 6 wins. Then you have the 5-win Chargers and 4-win Raiders. Jumping over to the NFC, the Packers have a half-game lead on the Bears, who are right behind them. The Lions are at 500, and the Vikings having a surprisingly bad season. Atlanta is 9-3, looking to win the division again, something they could do today if they win and Tampa Bay loses. The Redskins are 9-3 on top of their division. Cowboys are at 500, Eagles 5-7, the Giants are 3-8-1. And then finally moving over to our division, Seattle and Albuquerque both 8-4. Seattle does seemingly hold the tiebreaker currently. Arizona, another disappointing season there, 4-8, and the Niners are still the Niners and still one of the worst teams in football. Orlando Cross has the best quarterback rating in the league. He also leads the league in passing yardage. He'll likely hit the 3,000 yard mark in today's game. Looking at touchdowns, Drew Brees has 27 of them. Cross and Rivers each have 22. Pleasant and Brady currently each at 21. Looking at interceptions, guys who have thrown the least amount, generally these are guys who haven't played a ton, they've been injured and whatnot, or they're Joel Morton, who just doesn't throw the football very well. And then Edwin Seymour and Omar Jacobs lead the league in interceptions. They're both at 12 touchdowns. Jamar Alexander's thrown 18, Stevens and Vic have each thrown 17. 1,300 yards for Lawrence Maroney. Then you have John Martin, the Browns rookie running back, at 1,300 yards. 1,200 for the Titans running back Maddox. Former Viper Ed Ailman leads the league in rushing touchdowns, though, currently sitting at 10. Roy Williams has the most receptions at 83, way more than second right now. Hakeem Morton at 72 for the Ravens, and then you have Brown at third there. Bill Bowens leads the league in receiving yardage, though. Nice season here for the second-year player, who also has 7 receiving touchdowns. But Scott Young, the Jaguars' #1 wide receiver, has 10 touchdowns. Lee Evans right behind him there with 9. Looking at the offensive line stats, Tariq Glenn is second in the league when it comes to pancakes, and you have a good handful of guys who have given up 12 sacks so far. 3 guys over 100 tackles now. Rocco Elliott leads the league in TFLs with 6. Robert Mathis, 17 sacks for him, potentially threatening to break the record, although it already was broken a couple years back by, I believe it was Howard on the Eagles. I want to say he got something like 25 sacks, so he blew Strahan's record out of the water there, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to break that record. We already saw most of Orlando Cross's stats, 22 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, so not as good as he was last season, where he threw, I think, 36 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions, but still definitely one of the best quarterbacks in football. 750 yards for Cadillac Williams and 6 touchdowns, trying to get him his 3rd consecutive season here in Albuquerque over 1,000 yards, although he definitely doesn't seem to be as good as he once was. Cross has himself 5 rushing touchdowns so far. Figgins, White, and Phillips have all run for 1, and the rookie Blake Flowers yet to get into the end zone rushing. He does have a touchdown reception, though. Fitzgerald is having a little bit of a down season, it feels like. Just 46 catches for over 700 yards and 4 touchdowns. Phillips and Lewis each have 4 touchdowns as well. Mathis, he has stepped up pretty good this season for Jamarcus Ward, who is healthy, but still only has 1 catch on the season so far, and that only went for 1 yard. Wade Schmidt and John Kelly are the leaders in tackles for us, both of our safeties there, so maybe not the best look in the world, although a lot of those probably do come on special teams. Only 5 sacks for Rocco Elliott, who leads the team. We have not done a good job getting to the quarterback this season. We have done a decent job picking him off, though. We also have 4 defensive touchdowns so far. And then when it comes to kicking, John Hall, 21 of 21. Orlando Cross is currently the favorite to win the MVP. I feel like Drew Brees should probably be ahead of him, as he has more touchdowns and less interceptions, but I mean, if Cross wins the MVP, I'm definitely going to take that. Last week, we came away with a huge W against the Seahawks, winning 31-30 on a game-winning field goal. And now we're going to host the San Francisco 49ers. As we saw, they are one of the worst teams in football, and they just cannot get yards. They are dead last in every offensive category outside of scoring. The only team worse than them is the 2-win Dolphins. Joel Morton has regressed hard this season. When he was drafted a couple years ago, he was, I think, an 88 overall, which is like absolutely amazing to get as a rookie. He was picked first overall. He's down to a 77 overall. He has regressed so badly. I think I've compared him to Sam Darnold in the past, where he's a talented guy on a just completely garbage team, and because of that, he is regressing. So I think it'd be best for Joel Morton to, find himself a new home somewhere else outside of San Francisco. And I just really don't understand how they can be this bad for this long. Throughout all 9 seasons now, or 8 seasons, I should say, we are in the middle of season 8, the most wins they have had, I think, is 6. They have been so bad, whether it's Alex Smith or Joel Morton as their starting quarterback. Both of whom are talented. I would say Morton's probably better than Smith was, who threw 30 interceptions one season. But, man, I guess it's coaching. They seem to have the same coach throughout this entire series for whatever reason. I have no idea why they're just committed to Nolan, who I believe is still their head coach. But they are. I guess they really like picking first overall. They have one of the most expensive rosters in football because of all the first overall picks they have, yet they still suck. They face an early third down on this game here, and Morton's gonna be dropped on the first series here by Eugene Thomas. Nice to see Albuquerque getting to the quarterback. We've got some solid field position to start off today's game. Now Cadillac Williams to the right side picks up a gain of 9. Williams in the backfield, but he's going to go out to run a route cross, airing it out deep, and he's going to be intercepted by Andre Swain. One-on-one with Charles Phillips. I really thought he was going to burn him, but obviously no, and we have an early turnover. Now Morton fires this one to the left side, and it's going to be caught. Vernon Davis in open space across the 30-yard line. Schmidt finally brings him down. It looked like our first-round pick, Quame Holt, had himself an interception there. Instead, he gives up a huge play. Now Morton's going to dump this one off to his fullback, Hillard, evading some defenders here, weaving his way through traffic to a gain of 6 or 7. Out of the I formation on second down, Morton, he has time in the pocket, fires to the end zone for a wide open Kevin Jones, and San Francisco puts together probably one of their best drives of the entire season, honestly. They get a couple big plays there as there's some broken coverages and whatnot on Albuquerque's defense, and San Francisco has the lead. That's not something they have very often. Second down after that run goes nowhere. Cross is going to run this one himself down the left sideline, stays on his feet, finally brought down at about the 45-yard line, but not until he breaks off a huge run. Cross wants to throw the football. He's going to the right side there for Larry Legend, and he's got himself an easy first down. Play fake on second down. Now Cross moving to his left, taking a shot to the end zone here for Fitzgerald, but there are 2 defenders on him that break that pass up. It's third down for Albuquerque. Now Cross rolling to his right, throwing on the move for Fitzgerald again, but he ran into a fellow receiver there, which caused an incomplete pass. Can San Francisco capitalize on the defensive stop? No, they cannot. The pass is going to be intercepted there by Ike Taylor. Wade Schmidt got in the way there and kind of, put the pass up into the air right into the hands of Ike Taylor, who's been playing pretty solid this season. He's definitely not had his best year, but trying to make the most of the interception. Now on first down, it only takes 1 play to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Vaughan Lewis. Touchdown number 5 on the season for him now. And very quickly, Albuquerque ties the game up. San Francisco starting off this next drive now. Morton's under some pressure, but still gets it out to his man, Darius Floyd, who breaks a tackle, and he's going to get all the way up to the 30-yard line for a first down. Play action now. Morton looking the wrong way. He's going to float this one to the left side. Jackson has the catch, but he's going to be out of bounds. Davis goes in motion before they snap the play here. The pass is going to be jumped by Ike Taylor. Another interception for him, and this time he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Albuquerque Vipers, and Ike Taylor pick 6, ending the last two 49er drives as he had that pass thrown directly to him. Third down and short for San Francisco as we start off the second quarter now. Right up the middle goes the former Lion Kevin Jones, and he has a third down conversion. Off his back foot very quickly, trying to get that out to Eddie Jackson, but the rookie can't make the catch. It's going to be second down and 15 after a false start penalty. That's going to be a nice play made there, though. That makes it third down and 6. Morton wants to throw the football again, airing this one out deep, and it's nearly picked off by John Kelly one-on-one with the second-string tight end Marcus Wade, and that's going to be another defensive stop. Cross thrown to the right side here for Fitzgerald, makes the catch, but he only got 1 foot in bounds. Cross looking to throw the football again, firing downfield on third down for Jerome Mathis. That's going to pick up close to 30 yards on the play, working on the cornerback Nate Sally there. A spectacular play to keep this drive alive. Now Fitzgerald on the slant route picks up another quick first down. Albuquerque looking to go up by 2 scores on this drive. Cross wants to throw again, back across his body. Who else but Larry Fitzgerald, continuing his busy day, getting us inside of the red zone. Cross throwing to the left side. Once again, Larry Legend, not even looking anywhere else at this point. That's going to set up goal to go. Now cross throwing to the right for Williams, and he had a sure touchdown in his hands that he dropped. Second down, Williams is going to get the carry, hard to drop it when he gets directly handed off to you. That's going to set up third and goal from the 4. Cross under some pressure, and he's going to go down immediately. An unblocked pass rusher there. That's the rookie linebacker, Bernie White, who came right in and gets the stop. So Cadillac Williams dropped touchdown, results in us only getting 3 points and not 7. Still up by 2 possessions, though, and here's another interception. It's Jeff Earlbrook, the former Niner. He may be old, but he's still out here making plays, and we are once again in prime position to go up by another score. Second down and 3 after that run. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, where Williams gets himself another carry just shy of the sticks. Third and inches, it's Ron White, the fullback, taking it right up the gut, picking up a first down. Albuquerque trying to bleed the clock so that way San Francisco can't do anything with the rest of the time. Cross throws to the end zone, and Logan Lewis has his second touchdown of the ball game. And after it was a pretty tight first quarter, Albuquerque really taking a big lead in the second quarter. That's going to make it 24-7 at halftime. To make matters worse for San Francisco, the Vipers are going to get the football to start off the second half, trying to extend this lead. An early third down on the opening drive here, but we give it to Kirk Figgins, and he has the first down. Continuing to run the football now, Williams to the right side, gets across the 50-yard line, picks up another first down. How about another run here? Nope, it's actually going to be a play fake. Cross rolling to his right, fires over the middle. That was a pretty dangerous throw that gets broken up. Now Williams right up the middle, picks up about 6 or 7 yards before getting brought down there. It's going to set up third down and short. Cross wants to throw quickly to the right side. Larry Fitzgerald, another reception for him, and another third down conversion for this Albuquerque offense. Kirk Figgins with another carry takes this one to the right side, picks up about 5 or 6 yards there. It's going to be another third down for the Vipers. Cross wants to throw for this one here. He's going to float this one to the end zone. Fitzgerald was open, but Cross threw it out of bounds, and we're going to have to settle for another John Hall field goal. This one from 45 yards out, which is going to be up and good. So the Niners now down by 20, but they're still kind of in this game. What a catch made there by Vernon Davis, one of the lone bright spots on this Niners team. He's their best player, just looking at their overalls and whatnot. So it's no surprise that he's the one making the most plays. Morton going deep for Davis again, and he has the reception on the left sideline there, but I'm not sure if he was in bounds. Brian Billick's going to throw the challenge flag. The Vipers did lose a challenge last week against Seattle. Ultimately, it didn't end up costing us the game. We're going to throw the challenge flag here, and looking at the replay, it's pretty clear that he was out of bounds. He maybe got 1 foot in. The referees are going to take a second look at it and reverse the call. So now the Niners have to convert on 3rd down. Morton throws left side, and he's got Eddie Jackson, the rookie, at midfield, makes a big-time catch on 3rd down. A high snap on 1st down now for Morton, who has time, fires left side. Eddie Jackson comes back for it here, breaks away from the defense, or at least one defender, and gets brought down just shy of the 30. They got some pretty solid wide receivers here in San Francisco. Floyd and Jackson, both 1st-round picks. Looking for Jackson on this next play, and he is lucky that Randall Slater didn't pick that one off. 3rd down now. Morton dropping back to throw, firing over the middle, and another near interception. This time Asante Samuel got his hands on it. So Chris Brown's going to come out for this field goal. The kick is up and good, but it's still going to be a 17-point game. They really wanted a touchdown on that drive because ideally they would have had to get 3 touchdowns, and obviously also their defense would have to get some stops. But, you know, they're having a pretty tough time doing that there as Charles Phillips makes a great catch. Looking for him again on 3rd down, and he's got it, keeping this drive moving. Albuquerque with another 3rd down. We're going to give it to the former Niner. Frank Gore takes it right up the middle. Here's a carry now for Cadillac Williams. Right up the gut for him, and that's going to be another 10 yards. And this Niners defense just can't get a stop. Albuquerque's offense really milking the clock here. Cross rolling to his right. Tries throwing on the move, but he's going to get caught from behind by former 1st overall pick Lake Doe. 3rd and 11 now. Cross fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Larry Fitzgerald. That was all he was missing from today's game. He has a ton of catches, well over 100 yards by this point, I would think, and he comes down with a touchdown. The defense would get us a stop, so we got a couple backups in the game. That's Alex Smith's first ever pass as a Viper, and he's been on the team for about 4 years. He is officially the 3rd-string quarterback, but I figured, you know what? Might as well get him some action against his former team. Larry Fitzgerald is still out here on the field, and that now will put him officially over 100 yards. Gore's going to take the football now right up the gut. A couple former Niners here in Albuquerque. They both have rings from a couple seasons ago. Just a couple seconds left. Smith going to the end zone. And man, you don't play for the Niners anymore, but that's something he did a lot when he was in San Francisco. He threw a lot of interceptions. Threw 4 from the Dre Bly once upon a time back in season 3. And he throws one there at the end of this game. And that's why he's the 3rd-string quarterback. But I figured might as well get him some action against his former team here. Same with Frank Gore. And that's going to put an end to our dominant game here, 34-10. Cross didn't really have to do a whole lot. Only 152 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have that one early interception, but outside of that, he was fine. Just a 60% completion percentage. But once again, like when we're dominating as much as we are and, you know, they keep giving us great field position, we don't need to get a ton of yards. We just need to get like 20 yards and get into the end zone or even get like a pick 6 like Ike Taylor got us. 7 catches for Fitzgerald for 106 yards and a touchdown. 2 catches for Vaughan Lewis, but they both went for 6. Phillips had a pretty quiet day as well, but obviously if you're not picking up big passing yards, you're not going to get big receiving yards either. We did get sacked twice, but most of that was one of those times it was my fault. The other time it was just the line not blocking. And then Ike Taylor and Jeff Robrick each came away with interceptions. Ike Taylor with a pick 6, and that will get him the NFL Defensive Player of the Week. Looking at some important games this week, Chicago loses what I believe to be their 3rd game in a row now. Maybe it's just their 2nd in a row, but they fall to the Saints after taking a 14-0 lead. New Orleans coming back, and they're definitely playing better when they have a quarterback under center. The Chargers are going to get this upset here over the Redskins, who were up 20-3 at halftime, but a big second half there from the Chargers, especially from their defense, shutting out Washington there. They do have a slim chance at winning the division still. I mean, if there's any division that's going to have a team that's like 8-8, it's going to be the AFC West. Looking here, Denver loses, so they're only going to be 7-6, but they're still a pretty good team. They were definitely not the favorites here against Houston. In America's Game of the Week, the Browns are going to fall to the Jets, whose only loss of the season is to the Panthers. So and that was only by 1 point. They are 1 point away from being an undefeated team, or I guess 2 points away from being 13-0 and possibly being 16-0. They definitely seem better than the Browns were last season, though. The Browns finishing the season, of course, 15-1, but then ultimately falling in the Super Bowl. And with this win, Atlanta is going to lock up an NFC South title as they defeat the Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football 24-14. And then finally on Monday Night Football, Indianapolis is going to get the win over Seattle, which will put us in first place in our division now. Big Ben over 200 yards for him. He did throw 2 interceptions, but Seattle definitely missing Matt Leinart as Jed Gaines is still starting for them. And that's going to be a wrap for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, that'd be awesome if you left a like and subscribed. But until next time, this has been Jeffrey, reminding you to stay moist.